You know, I'm starting to get the feeling Demo's never actually going to make it to a grocery store. Hello everyone, this is Arafellin playing a Super Mario thing, Demi's Journey, 2010 Talkhouse. I think we had an actual hard save after that last level. Yes, we did. Charlie's Outhouse had two exits, one of which is another way to some sort of place-type object, and the other of which leads over here to Go, Come Back, Go, which is our green switch level. But first, I want to grab a cake feather or two. Although they're popcorn or butterflies or something like that. So, they're right here, so why not get one? Or two. Yeah, I think that's a butterfly. But everything else has been... Oh no, I guess cacti aren't food. Well, they could be. Regardless, go, come back, go. This sounds like one of those levels where you go through it one way and then back the other way. And we have, this is probably a reset door. Yeah, boss music from Yoshi's Island, the game. Okay, there's a P-switch. Kinda wondering what's in the other thing. The P-switch will stick around until... Oh, there we go. And that's just coins. Yeah, there's no point to that. Okay, nothing down there, except more coins. Tofu block. Little gliding. This looks familiar. Okay, and I guess there'd be something there if you rush through that fast enough. There's another P-switch up there. And one here. Okay, there's Yoshi. I think we're going to need this back at the beginning of the level. So... you have to be a little careful with P-switches and Yoshi's because anything that's in Yoshi's mouth for too long will get swallowed. Same thing with the springboard. Yeah, the level does not expect you to have a cave. I think that's supposed to help you get out. It didn't work as intended. Regardless, we need the P-switch, so let's grab that. Okay, and this is set up so you can't get through here while the P-switch is still going. Maybe another P-switch here. I want to grab that instead of falling on it, because if you just drop down on it, it will turn the block into a coin, and the disco shell will escape. Or at least hit you. Yeah, that'll be fine. So we only need to go just to here. Got the springboard. Probably don't even need the springboard with a cape. But let's do this the intended way. More or less. Yeah, you can just fly up here. But you're supposed to use the springboard. Yeah, things in Yoshi's mouth despawn when you go through a pipe. And there we go, you pushed a master button which is biggest. That goes to that, and it's a thing. That used to be something Radcast said a lot. I don't think he does so much recently. And that'll give us another hard save. The Yoshi does not come with you. I don't think you can bring them to the map in this game. Anyway, some sort of place-type object. Okay, we are in a cave. We've got the ninja replacements. We've got ice physics. Wait for that to go back up. Yeah, it feels like you're intended to just go. Alright, let's try that without the cape. Yeah, that behaved a little better. And having that shell came in handy. Power up. There's not going to be another one right next to it. That would be silly. Alright, so the next one won't spawn until it comes on. And I failed to jump. I think I just waited too long to hit the button. Barely get out of there. Again, you can't start select if you haven't cleared the level. Although I seem to have cancelled the death jingle. Okay then. There's the power up. And I missed that one, but follow the coin guides unless you have a reason not to. Yeah, there's just something about the baby Yoshi munchers. Ravenous little beasties. I'm gonna try to go up this pipe. I think that's just where you come out if you restart at the midpoint. Okay, there's a shell on that block. If there's a shell on a block, that probably means you need the shell. Let the guy inside hop out. Okay, there's a springboard there. And you want the springboard here. Okay. Simple enough. I don't think that's what you're meant to do there, though. And now I'm stuck. Or not. Yeah, but since I destroyed the kicking Koopa... Yeah. Might as well grab a cape while we're at it. Alright, getting short on lives. Yeah, you do just come out of there when you restart from the midpoint, so... Yeah, you don't need to do anything fancy here, just... toss that straight up. Alright, what I want to do here is wait for that to get to the other side, and it'll kick the shell down here, and there's a P-switch. Let's try taking this through the pipe. It might come in handy. Got a cloud segment. But it's definitely not what I meant to do. Yeah, auto-scrolling cloud segment. I doubt there's anything down there. Oh, I forgot how weird football physics can be. Not much point getting the raw coins, having missed the first few. I mean, if it's just right there, I might as well. But... Okay, that's the end of that segment. We're back into normal cave on the other side of that obstacle we saw before. Okay, I needed to wait for it to go back up a little more. I should have seen that coming, really. So do this again, get the springboard. Bounce up here, wait for that guy to go past. Kick the kick. Actually, I don't even need that with a cape. That did not work as intended. Yeah, you need to be falling when you hit the cloud, or you just go through it. For some reason, I was thinking I could just jump up into it. Doesn't work. We're back to the beginning of the level because midpoints do not survive game overs. Speaking of which, yay! Get a few extra lives. That was kind of embarrassing. Hey, free life is free life. Well, free lives. So I did 2 of that. And he just jumps into the abyss. And I missed that mushroom again, and then walked right into the kicking guy. Can I just... No. I was trying to slide, and I didn't slide soon enough. But yeah, I probably can just slide through this. Exit out before what's his name chips in with his little text. I think they just called him Calm or Con or something like that. Yeah, the Yoshi back at the resistance base that is supposedly... Really? Supposedly talking to you through a headset. Okay, that was not as intended, but good enough. Yeah, you can just do that. But yeah, for anyone who was not here for the beginning of the playthrough or has forgotten about it, the basic storyline in here is Demo is supposed to be getting... Demo is some kind of armless bipedal Cyclops demon from space who is supposed to be getting vegetables and other victuals for her master. But the teleporter, instead of sending her to a shopping place, somehow sent her to the Mushroom Kingdom, where there was a war going on between the Charlies and the Yoshis, Charlies being the charging jocks. Yeah, there's a King Charlie. The Charlies have the surface under their control largely. The Yoshis have a hidden resistance base under what used to be Yoshi's house. There was some conversation that suggests Mario went missing some time ago. Yeah, footballs. Nobody likes footballs. But yeah, when Demo fell on the Charlie leader, she lost her teleport back gizmo. They've apparently taken it and are running off with it. So your mission is to assist the Yoshis in fighting the Charlies to get your thingy back. I think they remember there being some kind of romantic subplot that never really materializes. Or at least Demo is oblivious to it. Yeah, much easier, or safer to take them out. Not easier as such, but... yeah, if you have the ability, use it. Alright, here's our fire flower. Well, fire cactus. Managed to fly right into that. Yeah, that's why they're being kicked right up against the wall, so they have a weird rebound. Okay, so here. That worked. Yep. Spin jump works nicely there. I don't know why I'm even bothering with that. Okay, another shell. That's probably so you can bounce on it here. Which again, with a cape, you don't need to. And level clear. That wasn't so bad. Yeah, 164 demos, which means I've died 164 times in ways that weren't erased by save saves. Ah, here it is. Heaven is a very sky place dangerous. Put a save there just in case. And yeah, the Toho music remix, that's a bomb. Alright, the explosions have a weird lingering effect. Charlie Wiggler. The fires, I think, are Spinies. I kind of want to know what's in that block at the beginning, but I also don't feel like going all the way back there. Okay then. That shell got confused. Let's grab a quick cape. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the graphic replacement for the jumping fireballs is. Okay, you have to go down the... or no, you don't. That's a bee balloon that looks like a hamburger, cheeseburger. That went just about as badly as it could have. Alright, I can just kick this here and get a P-switch. Okay. Yeah, is that supposed to be like a Kirby leaving thumbtacks behind? Yeah, the fire-looking things are just spinies. No big deal. Fireballs do a good job of clearing the way. Yeah, is this just to get the coin? Yeah, fireball bouncing on slopes has some interesting effects. Got bullets now. But they're not generators. They're strictly placed. Alright, midpoint. And that is the pipe to continue. There might be a hidden block or something over there. Oh, that was dangerous. Now, heaven is a very sky place dangerous. Okay, then. Yep, it's living up to its name. Right, there's some... I don't remember this spot. Yeah, is it safer to just do that? It kind of feels like... And then there's that. I think you need to spin jump so you don't go too high. Yeah, I don't remember this at all. Is this where you get to if you take the people in? And I keep forgetting those are there. And now we have fish. And I got a fish in the butt. Okay, let's grab another cape. Okay, that's a flower. No, spin jump doesn't work. And yeah. Yeah, sometimes trying to get your power-ups can get you killed. Maybe it's a timing thing. You have to jump at the last second. Or already be jumping and be falling when they're coming through. Yeah, we're down to 1 life, so I'll put a state save. Great way to use the cape. The trick with fish is you want to stay near the middle of the screen. Yeah, I should have expected that would be one of those. Alright, let's do that again, but better. That does not count as better. And I had the right idea with trying to use the cape spin on the... Yeah, on the bullet. But the execution was not there. And I'm being careless with my gliding. Yeah, that worked. That did not. Yeah, this would be a lot less stressful without the auto-scroll. Which, of course, is why there is an auto-scroll. Yeah, if you push left when it's already going right, it can't reverse direction, so it keeps going the same way. And the exit is just right here. I'll take a 5. Chocolate Castle. Let's see if I can't get a hard save out of the ghost house. I think I remember that being relatively short, if you do it right. And if it's not, I can just start select out. Never did figure out how to get to that 3-up. And that's where I last saved figures. Alright, let's do this again. put a save on the world map this time, so... I think you're expected to jump on the fish if you want that. Okay, that is an area reset. I thought it might be, but I didn't manage to actually get to it before. $13 this time. Yeah, you do get a little leeway between when the end of piece with warning sounds and when it actually ends. Okay, Chocolate Castle. This is definitely chocolate. Although that's not the way chocolate is usually used in game hacking contexts. Okay, so there's a power up here, that's good. Just stand up in there to get pushed out. Pretty sure those are boulders being re-imaged as cookies. Hey there, guy, that molten chocolate is hot, very hot. I wouldn't touch it if I were you. Yeah, it's resprayed in lava. Or recolored. Keep hitting the edge of that pipe when I'm trying to do that. No, that's a thwomp. That is not always trying to do. There has to be something up there in that pipe, right? Wouldn't even be that hard to get to if I still had a cape, but kind of blew that already. And... okay then. No, those aren't rocks. What are they? They're behaving like rocks, but rocks don't shatter like that when you hit them. I fell for it again. Though I'm not exactly sure how you're meant to get past that. That was definitely not as intended. What are the hazards of having fireballs as you accidentally cook your ammunition? And where is that turtle going? That's not a cape. Yeah, these aren't solid, so I can just jump to that. I was expecting to come up, but I was not expecting the angle. Yeah, I thought I was going to land on the spike thing there. No, turns out I'm fine. Until there. No, you can't just rush it. It almost worked, but almost is not working. Okay, you can jump up the... and then the platform collapses. But you can jump off the Charlie. That doesn't help. And I think you can land just on the edge of a platform and be okay. Maybe you shouldn't just bait it like that. Yeah, that works better. Yeah, more than enough room to fly. Okay, I remember this actually. The roof of the Chocolate Castle level has chocolate rain. A while ago it was a meme. Chocolate rain. There's the one up anyway. Otherwise, it looks like this is just for a route coin. Alright. Let's just put a stave here for the heck of it. For posterity. Or whatever. And in case that happens. Right, because I'm actually big now, which means it's harder to fit in small gaps. I mean, it's 3 tiles, it's not that small. But still. It's not trivial. Although it would help if I'd stop filling this up. Yeah, I'm getting impatient. And being impatient in a platformer is usually a bad idea. There. I know he's coming, so why do I keep falling for that? Yeah, it's just something about Charlie's. Yeah, the best thing you can do is just go right past him. And then he still lands on my head. What the heck? Not sure he could get down there. Landing on a spike does not help, though. I'm actually surprised that didn't happen sooner. Yeah, that's not far enough back to be safe. And the little face in the chocolate bar. I'm gonna get out ahead of that so it doesn't land on me. Oh, you just go down here. Barely got through that. Alright, since I've been doing a lot of restarting, let's just put a save here so to... Oh, never mind. Midpoint. Yeah, I think that's just the return from midpoint pipe. I know you want to goad them into the chocolate, but easier said than done. Alright, let's see where the midpoint restarts you. So actually, do you have a few lives now? And you just come out the pipe. There's not even enough room before it. Okay, so for convenience, we'll put a state save here. And maybe I should stop doing that. Oh, there's actually a lower path. That's better. Okay then, let's It's closer than I realized. Yeah, that's... I don't like that particular spot. You need to have some momentum to get across the platform, but then the momentum makes it easy to run into the spike. Is there something up there? No, I think I need the springboard. And yeah, 2-tile gaps, even when you're small, are surprisingly difficult to squeeze into. And not enough going back on that. That time I overcorrected. And forgot there was a swamp there somehow. Yeah. Not enough jump in that jump. I'm actually here big for once. I feel like I've pretty much mastered that part, so let's just put her save there. Okay, yeah, I can just do that. They did that on purpose, didn't they? So I'm not used to doing this wall big, so that also makes a difference. You have less headroom. Okay, be very careful here. Pick the springboard up, do not bounce on it. Now you bounce on it. No? Felt like we were about due for a power-up. But I guess the game doesn't agree. One tile jumps with a Charlie. Okay, I can't destroy that with a shell. Sometimes you can. I think it had something to do with, like, sprite alignment or something like that. Sprite priority. Okay, this kind of goes on. And yeah. Right, that goes there. New save here. Yeah, spin jumping on that does not work. Just fall right here. And into the cookie. Yeah, I think the chocolate chip cookie sprites are specific to this level. And it is, after all, a chocolate castle. As I started to explain earlier, if you're not familiar with ROM hacking terminology, if something is chocolate, that means it's been modified, because vanilla is the original unedited version. So anything custom is chocolate. So if you're coming from that background and you see a very chocolate castle, you're expecting to see a thin thing with a lot of custom stuff, ASM stuff, weird behaviors and whatever, and you basically just get everything looks like chocolate. Although that is a sort of chocolatiness, because it's custom sprites, but... Okay. We should have a boss here. It's a chocolate Lakitu. Yeah, I'm eventually going to get something to throw. There. Yeah, I have to dodge things and also throw things. And there wasn't a med point at the end, was there? Of course not. Alright, I'm putting another checkpoint right before the boss when we get back there. Might not need it. Wishful thinking. Yeah, I think he's supposed to jump at you like he did the one time, but hasn't since. I should have brought the shell with me again. Yeah, actually, what's up here? A springboard to get the last dragon coin. Yeah, might as well. Just to demonstrate it. Okay, you don't actually need to jump on that. Wait, what's this? Okay, we have a life. So is it just random? Because last time it took like 10 throws before I started getting ammunition. Okay, that did not feel like it should have hit me that soon. Yeah, we're getting the Baby Bowser, ginormous Baby Bowser boss music from the end of Yoshi Island. Okay, that's not what I wanted to hit. No, one hit on the Lakitu. 2 hits. Yeah, these are taller than they look, apparently. I'm definitely taking damage sooner than I should be when they're falling. That is just bad playing. And I swear it's like they prioritize them hitting the big rocks. Which again is probably because they're bigger than they look like they are. Okay, that bounces harmlessly into the chocolate lava. It gets 3 hits. Three is kind of the traditional magic number for Mario bosses. Yeah, that's not going to cut it here. Okay, how did that miss? And why did I do that? And I know why. I was trying to kind of fake him out to get the stuff to fall on the chocolate. Okay, was that 3 hits? Okay, so lesson for next time, allow more time for bosses. don't go into a castle if time's getting low. At least I can't complain about the music. I can't complain about my accuracy though, it kind of sucks. I can also complain about the spawn rate of baked cookies because, yeah, it's pretty inadequate. Let's just use rewinds. I'm getting tired of this. Okay. I was that close to beating it. Not my finest moment, but let's just get the level over with. Yeah, this is World 3, so we're getting the Vanilla Dome Castle. What is the true nature of this conflict? What other unholy unholy horrors await? How many lives is Demo prepared to end to claim her vegetables? Play on, gentle gamer, to find out. Yeah, that is supposed to be unholy, isn't it? But we got Uholy. And this pipe comes back to the main overworld map. So we were over there. That went to Cloud World, and then Cloud World came down back over here. So we were going west to east, but we ended up going south to north. And then presumably that'll be another world there, and there's World 7. That's presumably the final world. But yeah, this is World 4, and it looks like World 4 is going to be on the main overworld. Yeah, Worlds 1 and World 2 was off the left of the map there. World 1 was in another sub-area. So 4, the pipe will presumably go to World 5. That might be World 6. That's World 7. That'll be World 8. But anyway, this has been Arafon playing a Super Mario thing. You can see the whole playthrough to this point in the archives anytime you want. Come back next week for more. And until then, enjoy your weekend. Happy almost June. Let's put a save here just to have a save there, although I will be starting from the main screen because we got a hard save having beaten the castle.